Hello, humans. It is me, Fuzz. Yes. We'll be playing another, old but new game? New series, I guess, sort of. It feels kind of odd to say that considering I already played through Pikmin 1 just recently. But, now we're playing through Pikmin 2. And, another surprise has hit me. Well, you see, I ordered Pikmin 4. And I was like, well, it's not sure when it's gonna arrive yet. But I might have a bit more time to get some recording of the older Pikmin games. Yeah, well, now it's gonna arrive tomorrow. So yeah, in terms of how many Pikmin 2 recordings I'll get out before Pikmin 4 arrives, I'll probably be like, what, 2 recordings? Like tonight, or well, it's almost, I guess it's early in the morning at this point, but I'm gonna like probably do 2 recordings here of Pikmin 2, and then probably a Destiny 2 recording, and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh, no, don't you dare go starting something. But instead of spending any more time here at the title screen, let's begin. I'm looking forward to this. Out of the Pikmin games, I'd have to say that I think this is my favorite of them all. And this, I don't think I can really say this is a spoiler that this is here. But if I recall correctly, when you start this game on on a console that doesn't have any data, some of these options aren't here. I think this might not be here at all. And nor is this, I think. But as we shall see when I click this, it will portray that I have played the game before, because I've beaten it more than once, I think. Day 2, Day 6, and Day 10. Though it appears that none of the files that I've beaten it are still here. This one's pretty much brand new, so I guess I could just get rid of this one. Not that it matters all that much. Somehow I've spent more time playing on this one. Yet this one's on day 10 and only has 5 hours. This one, 9 minutes. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. 2. Erase it. Yes! But when I do get Pikmin 4, I do intend to start it, regardless of how far I am through Pikmin 2, or if I've beaten Pikmin 2 and 3 on, while recording and upload it to my channel. Here we go. Hockatate Freight is a long-haul, deep space... Oh, no. One day, the employee of the anti-merit... Omar, Captain... crashed on an uncharted planet. Well, there he was aided by indigenous creatures called Pikmin, yes. In the end, he was able to escape, yes. Which happened when I was playing Pikmin 1. But in Omar's absence, his employer, Hockaday Freight, ran into financial difficulties. Crikey, keeping up with all the text is not going to be easy. A lot easier in Pikmin 1. Captain Omar. Perhaps the game's actually. Let's see about that. Planet Hockatate. I'm gonna turn down the game's volume a bit. I wasn't sure about that before. Hockatate Freight. Let's go with... That's too much, I feel like. Okay, let's go with this. President of Hockatate Freight and local employee, Louis? I don't know if I actually said his name. Shoot. Oh well. I'm surprised at how much I had to turn it down, just for it to sound half normal. Omar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad. Quite glad, but... Sadly, I have an announcement that's not so glad. Our company is going under, yes. We're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny, and his entire load of golden Pikmin carrots was eaten. I took an enormous loan to repay the debt for his loss. I decided to sell off the corporate assets to repay the loan. So there goes our ship. but the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. Yeah, the ship we just rebuilt. As for the rest of our loan... Ooh. We have no means of repaying it. 10,100 coins of gold. Or whatever that currency is, whatever that metal is. Omar, what is that? A treasure we brought back, I guess, that we don't remember bringing back. You brought back as a souvenir for your kid? So, treasure, money, 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 money. Initiating validation of recovered treasure. This artifact is worth 100 pokus. This thing is worth 100 pokus. That's more than. This is more than a year's work. What? Are there more treasures of that plant? Then they can repay our debt. Louis, you dolt! Look alive! You must depart immediately with Captain Olma. After replaying through Pikmin 1 and rebuilding the ship and paying attention to like the individual pieces that were reclaimed, it almost hurts seeing the ship get like sold. It's like put more into context, I guess, for myself. No, wait, now my own voice sounds a little loud. I'm surprised at how much I had to turn down the game, though. That was a lot I turned it down by. Valley of Repose. And there he goes. Bye-bye. That was close. I have averted a crash landing in running diagnostics. Alert! Danger! Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either floating. He is either floating protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment, look. Now, this is a lot more nostalgic in some regards for me. Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. Like, this was, if I recall correctly, that's kind of hard to recall how many, I guess, real games I'd played before I, like, owned Pikmin 2 myself. But it was definitely among the first. And I really like this game. So, you must help them. Point at the screen and press B. Call them with your whistle. Well, remember who I am. I'm Captain Olmar. You don't need to tell me. I've been here before. You can also hold B to make the sound of your whistle carry further. Remember, that's not something I think that was actually mentioned in Pikmin 1, which is interesting. I don't remember that detail about the whistle being mentioned. You know what's interesting about them? Similar to how they're doing no damage, this guy can't kill them, despite how he just did the animation like he killed Pikmin just now. Like, yeah, that he didn't get anything just now. Pikmin 2. I'm trying to recall if the battle actually starts after I call them or not. Yeah! The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olmar. How fascinating. Give them instructions and do not delay. Yes. Hold A to grab Pikmin, then point at the screen and release to throw it. Okay. Oh, he moved. Fine. Yes. What do you want? Attention, Captain Omar. I have just reestablished my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. Perhaps, press minus to communicate with him. I am quite interested in the details of his condition. Actually, I should probably just put them up there for now. Okay. There weren't really any of these in Pikmin 1. Bags! Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communications link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. Yes. An old, run-down looking ship, but one that is very much capable of, well, communicating with us. Louis, the odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's reports. The seed the onion injected sprouted. According to Olmar's report, it can be plucked with A. Oha! Come here! Louis, this appears to be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olimar's report. It is staring at you. You can press down on the down to issue objectives to your Pikmin squad and direct their movement. You can disband your squad with C. Interesting. Olimar's description of the creature resembling Pikmin carrots was strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? I guess he likes Pikmin carrots quite a bit. Makes me wonder if he ate the golden Pikmin carrots actually, instead of encountering a giant space rabbit, or whatever it was stated. I wonder in Pikmin 4 who the captains will be using are. I wonder what the story will be for it. Naturally, as I do with new games, I try to keep my distance from any information regarding the game. I didn't want to spoil myself to anything about it. However, just from simply seeing the case alone. Ooh. I have been spoiled to, I guess, 3-ish things. But I will probably just try not to think about it too much. Perhaps this object is one of the treasures that we are searching for. The only reason we found it is because this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. But it's a surprisingly narrow-minded way of looking at it, I suppose. That being said, if we had landed over there and Louis was with us, we'd be kind of stuck. So yeah. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olmar first. Can you see him? Press Z to move the camera behind you. You can also press left or right on the zoom, well, D-pad. Feels weird to call that for a Wii remote, but I guess that is what it is. To zoom, and up on it to change angles. The onion ejected more seeds. The pellets from the flower must hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate. That word was there in Pikmin 1 as well. Like, I get the vague meaning of what they're trying to say, though reading this word is odd. English. My. The Onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olmar's report, it seems to repeatedly pressing A. Lets one rapidly pluck Pikmin sprouts. Yes. Yes, it does. What do you think about it? This game ends up getting some innovations to that notion of Pikmin, like what you can do with Pikmin, that you don't get in Pikmin 3, from what I remember. Yes. You need some interesting utility things in this game. And in typical Pikmin fashion, the first day is just the tutorial day. I'm rather curious as to how this will go, though. In Pikmin 4. I wonder if all of the previous Pikmin that we've encountered will show up in it. Fortunately, in this game, I think they sprout a lot faster. Like, see how I can already pluck them? In Pikmin 1, it was a lot slower with that. Like, it took a lot longer. I will need one of you, so, for the bag. So one of you can get started on that, even though it's gonna matter very little. Olimar! Captain Olimar, Louis, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use B from to form a single group. C to take solo action. Minus to change leaders. Minus being the only new control, really? I don't see anything new here. I don't recall being able to heal yourself in this game with your ship. And to my, like, from my perspective, when I was playing through Pikmin 2 and then observed Pikmin 1, I was confused. More like I didn't understand. This ship to me seemed like it was better, just overall in every way. Initially, aside from how, I guess, how rusty this ship is, how old it is. But functionality-wise, in terms of what it was capable of, this one just seemed better. Despite not looking like it was in great shape, necessarily. Did I not carry it? Does it require 20? They require 20, I bet. Yes. Actually, it's occurred to them maybe my headphones was just simply turned up too high. Hopefully that isn't the reality of it. Like, now that I turned it down a little bit, the game sounds slightly too quiet. So I'll turn it up just slightly. Hopefully that's a bit better. Actually, a bit concerned about this. Yeah, perhaps turning it down as much as I did wasn't actually so necessary. Just had my headphones turned up too high. Bear with me, I'm gonna adjust the volume a bit higher. Probably not much higher at all than what I had it at for Pikmin 1. And I'll just alter my headphones a bit, so it's not so unreasonable. Interesting. 20 is what was required to carry it, but it's also the max of carrying it, it looks like. That's surprising. Will it be a mixture of the same captains? What will be the objective? When talking about the notion of what the objective might be with my brothers, we theorized that, like, it's kind of odd. The first game was about survival. The second game was about, well, I guess depending on how you look at it, technically, they've almost all been about survival, just from different ways. One was, I guess, literal survival, trying to escape a dangerous type of scenario. We got the courage reactor. Yes, very amusing names. I'm trying to recall, I wonder if this game has descriptions for these items. When you check, like, I guess there is a database for this. Value, 280. And total towards our debt, well, it doesn't really dent our debt very much. First day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. Maybe. I took the liberty of naming it when I appraised it. The name reflects my current thinking. Okay, so essentially, the naming was just all decided by our ship. It wasn't us naming it. The ship was the one that looked at it and was like, I'm gonna give it a name. What should I call this odd thing? Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Pocket, we must fly in low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. I wonder if Pikmin 4 will touch on that a bit more. Will we ever get any scenarios where we run around in the night? I wonder. But essentially, Pikmin 1, escape. Pikmin, and fixing our ships so that we can do so. Pikmin 2, debt. Pikmin 3, well, considering I got played, maybe I shouldn't just straight up state what it is about. But, another thing for survival. That wasn't how I really viewed it, I guess, when me and my brothers were playing. It was like, Pikmin 1 has got its thing, Pikmin 2 had a different thing, Pikmin 3 had a different thing, and I was like, so then what we go into the planet for this time? Maybe something like colonization? We're gonna try to set up base here, actually, maybe? That sounds like an interesting idea. But, I don't know. The Courage Reactor. Funds earned. Yeah. Okay, we got that. That's very nice. Pikmin, we got 20 new ones. Oh my. Is this technically spoilers? It's rather in depth as to how they all died. Interesting how explosion, particularly, is a means of death that is noted. We got mail. Now, all the games actually so far have had a time gimmick to them, and I guess it's fair enough to say the third one does have something. But this is this game's time gimmick, because despite how we have this debt, I could keep playing, and like you see how it says day 1 there. I've seen in like previous playthroughs, like up to day like 200, I think. But I don't even recall if that was my file. I'm just mentioning based on what I've seen. I probably had a file that was like that at some point. That was a long time ago. It's not really as urgent as you would figure, I suppose. Whereas Pikmin 1, you have 30 days. In Pikmin 3, it leans more to how Pikmin 1 is, but it's not the same. You might theoretically be capable of making it go indefinitely, but yeah. I wonder if Pikmin 4 will have another thing that's time related. But we got mail. You found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check in often. Keep up the pace. Seems happy, but not quite as fanatically ecstatic as I expected. We've got an enemy database. Entity database, it seems. In depth enough to the point where you can see how many Pikmin you've lost to them as well. They have a treasure value, intriguingly enough. How's this, well, work? Good question, because the Pikmin don't carry it to your ship, do they? Well, it's yet to be seen. These don't have a treasure value, though. Creatures defeated. Then we have our treasure database. Olmar's journal. Oh yeah, that's what there is. So then you've got your like personal data on it based on which of the captains have something to say about it. We've recovered our first treasure. Amazing. The Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't know what they're thinking. Yet, I'm happy to see them. I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed on this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now I am reunited with them. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? Interesting how his data on it, his note about it, his journal that he's keeping on it, I guess, is more about... it more reflects their scenario than the actual item itself. It's not really about the item itself at all. Instead, it's about their history with it. Doesn't change, does it? I don't think so. That'd be quite a lot for how many of these there are. That's interesting. It's still Olmar's notes. I guess it differs between things. When I was looking at this one and reading it out, I was like, doesn't Louis have notes? Is what I was thinking. But the more I thought about it, the more that I started to recall that I think his notes are specifically for the monsters, but Olmar has notes here. Which insinuates to me that perhaps they just switch back and forth? Dwarf red bulbarbs. Pansaurus? Oh no, how the heck do you read that? Pseudocilius? Russus? Breadbug family. Wait, so then the bread bugs are part of the same family line, theoretically? Oh no, that's kind of odd. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking news research indicates that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family, a closer relative of the Villa breadbug, vanilla breadbug. Oh, wait, that's odd. So it's not a younger regular bulborb, huh? Which insinuates to me that this is not a data file that I've ever seen or took grand note of before. It escapes predatorization through mimicry. Oh, that's interesting. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and oh shoot, what is that? Obfuscation? Obfuscation? By a prey species is rare, indicating this clever creature is a master of mimicry, or just conveniently happens to look alike and maybe doesn't know at all what's going on, other than it seems to think that they're friends. Who can really tell? Oh yeah, that's something you can do. Behold, Pick Carrots! As for how we who is in debt have enough money for infinite Pick Carrots, you gotta wonder. As you can see, they kind of do seem similar to the Pikmin in some regards. Yeah, you can feed the monsters. Beasts. I think you can do it here too, ridiculously. Even though this isn't gonna do anything to them. What does all my notes have to say about this? Pelty Pose. Pelty Posy. Ampylus Nutrio. Pellet weed family. In the stem of this of the pellet posy, one can observe the muscle fiber unique to half plant, half animal species, such as the Pikmin, insinuating that whoever these pellets are almost made out of the same material as Pikmin are, just straight up. Huh. That's interesting. And candy pot flowers? I think those are the flowers you can use to convert your Pikmin into other types of Pikmin. Insinuating that those flowers are also made of the same substance, material, muscle fibers. So the pellet posy is a unique specimen that can be considered a close relative, although the ability to crystallize nectar is unique to a small group of the pellet weed family. The fact that these plants reach maturity so quickly and that their pellet contains such high concentration of the natural nutrients in the soil explains why the Pikmin and so many of the other indigenous species here are so reliant on these pellets for subsistence. With how many creatures on the planet eat Pikmin, actually, yeah. Everything would be after these. I wonder if Pikmin 4 will reflect that, because I don't think anywhere else is shown anything going after these pellet posies. That'd be an interesting thing to see. Correct, if I go and read every one of these data files for every entity I encounter and treasure, this playthrough is going to end up being way, way longer, even if I do my best to speed through the game. Continue. Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. Yeah. Above ground. Those question marks, I think, are to resemble the treasures that are currently above ground. Are there really only 3 more treasures? Even if that were the case, how comes it doesn't show the one I just got? It says above ground 1. Oh, wait, no, I think I know what those might be. Those aren't treasures, okay. If my understanding is correct, those aren't treasures. We're going to encounter one of those. And it's one of my favorite aspects about this game, actually, versus the other 2 Pikmin games. Here we go. Yes. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company? This robot has a lot more personality to it than I remember. Ever. It's not like I didn't read any of what it said. It's just... I guess I just didn't notice. Somehow. The Pikmin seem to be asleep inside their onion. What lazy creatures. That's not very like the Pikmin at all, actually. Lazy... Yeah, I don't think I could really say they're very lazy at all. Considering almost any time that they have, like they're saying that it can be done, if they're just standing idly by and they see it, they'll get to work on it. As long as it catches their interest. Yeah, I think they qualify as pretty much anything but lazy. No wonder they lack survival skills. Stand beneath their onion and press A to call them out. It's interesting how we can hear them already. Even without being right next to it. Oh, the day's already going. Alright then, it's on. Okay. And the map system. I like this map system. I'm trying to recall what problems this map system has. Well, it definitely has some. Which I'll eventually realize at some point, probably. I wonder if I'll end up seeing a lot more of the glitches in this game, assuming there are any, than I noticed when I was younger. Ah, these. Well, I was mentioning that this game has a lot more capabilities, or so it feels, than other games. This is kind of what I mean. Just this right here. I'm trying to recall what all these are capable of doing. I think the most potent ones that I'm thinking of are the top ones. But the second lowest one, like the one right above the lowest row, I don't recall what all of those do. I recall exactly what one of those does. Alright. Unfortunately, there's a feature in Pikmin 3 that we don't have access to at all right now, which would save a lot of time and allow us to be a lot more productive, but that's just too bad. You can sit here to observe them and keep an eye on them. Goody, nothing down there. Okay. Meantime, will we start doing it automatically, or is that not a thing? He already has 13. If I start it and I switch, I think no, I can't do that. And he's not. And he's not loose. 18. It went to 19 when I switched away from him. So he's not doing anything like that. We just got started. My one flew to the side a bit oddly. 5. Okay. Do we need 30 or 25? 35. Wait, is there not enough here? Oh, there is. Unfortunately, we'll continue with that, so I'm just gonna... Ah! Ah! Okay, that was odd. See, there we go, much better, though they make kind of a... almost a more alarming sounding scream. Get to work! Well, they're working away at that. Watch that. Having a sizable group before attacking that board would be preferable. Yeah. And we are already a pretty sizable force. Now, as far as our first engagement with a larger opponent goes, it should be relatively smooth. Do you see that over there? I like this. Actually, you head back over there. How could the Pikmin destroy such a massive wall when masked their might is ferocious? Furious? Ferocious. Yeah. Did Olmar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not. Olmar, you are failing in your duties as a superior. Allow me to explain. What? Press A to grab Pikmin and release to throw them. Call them into a group with B. Press C to disband the group. Point at the screen, then press down on to issue controls. Commands, orders. Press down to swarm Pikmin on treasures and enemies, or make them march in a line, which would have been so useful if they obeyed that command like more while we were playing through Pikmin 1. The amount of Pikmin that fell off bridges because of that. Oh my. Because they just wouldn't listen. I think that's more... They're not as unreasonable in this Pikmin game. Okay, we can't go any further. This is the main interest of this day. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could lie underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod. 2. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. How is he so confident? Why is the machine so confident that the Pikmin would follow you if you was to jump in here? I mean, with the way the Pikmin are, I can picture it being kind of reasonable that maybe they wouldn't, like... Maybe they very much would actually just follow you into a hole. But with the way it looks, it's not quite that simple. Okay. Get him! Victory! Smoothly, too. Get him. Actually, go on. Let's play it. Okay, nothing to say by going near it. How much is required to pick it up? Okay, we got that. Oh, good. I'm trying to recall if there's anything up there. Nothing that I remember right now. I know there's something up there. Something dangerous is just sitting up there. I can't, like, walk over to it right now, can I? Guess I don't know. Don't remember. Yeah, so I have a quite considerable force to go on. Okay. Now, we can't get through this right now. Olmar can't punch it down. It's not really a thing that's ever been in Pikmin. I don't remember there being anything here. Why is this so suspicious? Actually, there might be more here later on for some reason. Or almost no reason. I can go up there. Wait, it might not be here right now then. Let's see. Hello? Okay, it's not here yet. That's interesting. I don't remember that being a common thing in this game. Maybe it is. For certain areas. At least at the beginning. But, in Pikmin 1 we encountered a odd, I guess, earth bird instead of an earthworm. Nice! The utter scrap. Utter scrap. You basically called it literal garbage. Value 170. Interesting. Alright, our total value has increased. Alright, Louis. Work with me. Let's both go. I'm glad I brought one more back here now. 70 Pikmin. We're doing pretty good for day 2, I would say. And perhaps the Easter egg where they... Like, you hear how the Pikmin are... You hear how they're, like, singing. Yeah. Perhaps the Easter egg I was thinking about, that I thought was in Pikmin 1, isn't at all in Pikmin 1. Maybe it's just in here in Pikmin 2. But if you have groups of Pikmin in certain, I guess, portioned into even amounts, just right, with a full party of 100, I think you might need to have a full party of 100 Pikmin with you. There are sometimes where they'll sing differently, which is intriguing. So yeah, we got the Emergence Cave. Enter this hole with your Pikmin squad. Treasures, 0. Pikmin entering, 70 out of 70. The amount I have out of the amount on the entirety of the field. We got 4 circles of black. I think I know what those are, but they're not filled because this cave doesn't have anything in relation to those. It's involving threats. That's what those circles are about. Here we go. Emergence Cave, sublevel 1. And our ship has followed us with its head. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate that this whole interior is warmer than on the surface. I mean, I get with how cold it is up there, perhaps that... No, that doesn't really make all that much sense. It insinuates something down here is creating warmth. Analysis suggests danger lies ahead. Well, I said it's warmer. He didn't say it is warm down here. Though, considering he said warm air was coming out from here, it's a little questionable. From within, yes. Danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. If you wish to check underground terrain, press plus to communicate with me. I am not just a ship. I am an all-purpose support pod. And ridiculously magnificent at what you are capable of by comparison to the dolphin, despite how the dolphin makes some pretty absurd claims, like having a cannon that could destroy stars. So yeah. So there are enemies over there, but... Actually, I wonder if the ship will comment on it. We've also found an orange. Get it. Also, notice how the day timer is gone? Yeah, this is something that's very, I guess very nice about this game. It really takes off the pressure aspect of the time, because you don't have to be so concerned about it. Able to collect things even just as a head. Citrus lump, a fairly accurate naming, I guess, given what we know it to be. Value 180. Well, it's like 10 more than the utter garbage from before. Interesting. Another variant. The bulborb, or the bread bug family. You're dead. You're dead. And you're dead.
Glory. Glory.
Wow, he just absorbed a monster. Xer, xer, xer. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your findings in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. And that is why they had a money value. Depending on how you look at it, beasts could be valued quite a bit. Who knows what could be harvested from them? 7. Unquenching emblem. 100. Isn't that similarly valued to what Omar brought back? That's pretty fitting, I suppose. So I think the one he brought back was, that sound effect that just happened, I think, is potentially a signification, actually, that you've gotten everything on the floor. Maybe not everything, but all the treasures, I think. This hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louis, do you recall that you can adjust the camera with Z and up, left, and right on the D-pad, correct? Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Don't worry, all your Pikmin will follow you. Approach the hole and press A to enter it. Well, these Pikmin would probably not have a very nice time here if they were just left here. I mean, considering they've cleared out everything here, it's not that they would be in, like, immediate danger, but there's, like, nothing to do here if they don't descend. Where are you going, Louis? I saw you trying to get away for some reason. Delve deeper with your Pikmin? Yes. There's gonna be a lot of this. My. Sub-level 2, the Merchant's Cave. Final floor. As for how that's already known is a little beyond me, but oh well. As you can see, well, if you've seen me play through Pikmin 1, it is a lot easier to do that in this game than it is to do that in the first one, or it seems to be. Louis. No.
Glory.
I'm trying to think if it does this for everything that's special or has use, instead of just simply has its value. It is it's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design on the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Patterns, perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. My. Whatever shall we do? You better float your goofy self over here then and absorb it. It's just over here. If you can fly this well, you can probably just come over here with us. How much does it need? Oh, okay. They want to really drive the point home, I guess. Yeah. Hey, look! Something that looks like those flowers that was described by Olmar when looking at the pelt posies. How ominous. Purplish. Astonishing, a flower blooms in a cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly, it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. I wonder, I mean, considering I have the time, I wonder if it's worth letting them flower. I mean, I guess it kinda is worth it. Oh my. I think once I was gonna do this and I accidentally plucked them while I was waiting. Because I was trying to throw them into the next bit. Should I leave them? If I leave them, I'd kinda wanna pause the video and just let them do their thing, so as to not take up the time of any of you who are watching. Oh my. I thought this one was younger, but similar to the robot. My thoughts on this thing is it kind of looks astonishing. It looks a bit alarming, like it could be actually rather dangerous to approach this thing. Astonishing. Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Well, considering if a Pikmin so much as slightly steps in some water, they will gain a, they will like not be very happy. It is questionable how safe this would be for Pikmin that are not like water Pikmin, blue Pikmin. Yes. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. Oh dear, that is not good. That is not good advice, Mr. Robot. Imagine if someone was playing this game and it gave you that advice, and you went and did so before plucking them. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys here to ready yourselves. How many is there? There should be about 10 of you. Yeah, I count about 10 of you. So then, if we want to do this most goofy way, we do it like that. I'll take these to Olmar. Alright guys, come on. Given what I know about these Pikmin here, it is probably within my best interest to let them... Shoot, they will transform if I leave them here, right? Like, again, it's warmer down here, but it has occurred to me that we are underground. It should be fine, I think. I'm pretty sure I've done this before. I mean, if 5 minutes passes, and they haven't even begun to change, then I will leave. I don't think I'll have to wait that long, though. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm waiting the whole way then. But yeah, these Pikmin particularly, it'll be rather valuable to have them flowered. And in this game, they don't become unflowered as even nearly as easily as they did in Pikmin 1. I think you require very particular types of encounters to cause them to become unflowered. Because I don't think getting shaken off of an opponent will make them unflowered. So depending on how you look at it, flowered Pikmin are a lot more valuable, I guess, in this game. Because the value of them gets almost undermined in the first game with how easily they can be deflowered. You know, they can just have their flowers removed. Unflowered? Unripened? Well, they're not fruit. Ungrown. That would have been interesting if the Pikmin that were like that are running around also, which is over time, grow. I wonder. No, I don't. I think that would be too convenient. Like if it was as easy for them to still lose their flowers as the first game, maybe that would be a then kind of fair gimmick for them to have. But if they did that naturally without needing like something to help them, like being like planted like this, or the nectar to help them mature like that, it'd just be too convenient. Like in this game, for instance, it would be way too convenient if they just matured, even while nothing's helping them to. I think any moment. Ah, yes! Let's see, it took about. From the time of me deciding I was gonna wait, I think it took about 3-ish minutes. Okay. Behold. Amazing, a purple Pikmin. It has hair, and it is quite stocky, it seems. Very heavy and strong. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. Or a previously undiscovered type. It's not necessarily new. That makes it sound like it was there when I was here before. That makes it sound like it wasn't there when Olimar was here before, just at all. And then now that we're here, later on, it's shown up. No, now we've discovered it. It could have existed before Olimar arrived on the planet the first time. But there's no real way of knowing that, considering we weren't here before Olimar visited the planet the first time. Yes. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are others. Yeah, purple Pikmin. They are very potent. And when I say very potent, I mean most opponents will be crushed under the force of these purple Pikmin. Alright. It's a good thing they're flowered, because them being flowered allows them to run faster, carry things faster. They do more damage in combat, to my understanding. I think that's mostly it. But it's important because the purple Pikmin are slower than other Pikmin. So them being flowered is very convenient. If they were budded, I wonder if they would still be slower than the leaf flower, the leaf Pikmin. And each of them can carry 10, like 10 times the amount of a red Pikmin from what I remember. Quite nice. technology. With the help of purple Pikmin, a lot of opponents can be overwhelmed brutally easily. With extreme ease. 200 value. Spherical Atlas. Nice. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere. Oh. That's not at all the understanding I got from getting this item when I was younger. I was just like, oh, it's got map on it, so they can probably just use it to get a general sense that there are more areas. But then again, if that's how they went about it, they'd probably have way more data than just one new location with that much of a global map. Resembling a microchip embedded in the sphere, retrieving data. Error. I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. And that makes more sense as to how comes we only get one new area, if I'm recalling correctly, from getting this. I will input this data into my planetary database and name it Sphere Chart. Oh, the sphere chart, yes. Press plus to contact me and go to the exploration kit on the radar screen by pressing left on the D-pad. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. Yes, I agree, considering we can't really progress any further in this area. And these flowers I used won't be back tomorrow. This is probably the biggest issue with these purple Pikmin. Acquiring more of them is the biggest issue with the purple Pikmin. Because from what I recall, oh, that sound again. We have everything. Is this good enough? Shoot, I think it's good enough. If this isn't good enough, I'd lose, I think. Do I chance it? I'm gonna chance it, because I think this works. I'm just gonna goofily double check. Okay, you do have everyone, so it should be fine. Here we go. Yeah, okay. I'll be using that moving forward. Speaking of moving forward, as for how that water doesn't seem to affect the Pikmin aside from making them scream, it's kind of odd. Cave complete. Treasure salvaged. 3 out of 3. And monsters or beasts, 22 acquired. Total 502. So far, we're making progress. No deaths. But yeah, I think the red Pikmin and purple Pikmin are the only ones with, like, extremely unique offensive. Oh, maybe not extremely unique, but just unique offensive traits to them that other Pikmin don't really have. Pikmin 3 introduces one that has something, I guess. Yeah. You've successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. Yes. We must celebrate your first successful splunking expedition. Yes. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the President tonight detailing your progress. Oh, that's convenient. That he can just he can ready up a report for us and we don't have to do that. Having a report per night would be a pain to do. Olimar and Lee, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. I am not. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Not actually entirely great advice, but at the same time, I would highly recommend enjoying the game. Don't needlessly waste the game, yes. There's no need to speed through it unreasonably. Though, I don't intend to just stand around and do nothing. So where will the purple Pikmin go? Looks like they found somewhere to go. They don't seem too interested in the onion we have there, or the red onion. Instead, somehow our ship's exhaust vents was plenty good enough for them. Somehow there were more posies and more bulbors, which is kind of odd, but oh well. Funds earned. Very nice. More Pikmin, no casualties. Not even one. Yesterday. Wait a minute. Let's just look at how it says tomorrow, but from the perspective of the previous day. Okay. Baby steps first, Omar. Plan well, and don't worry about me. Our debt with Happy Hockatate savings and loan. After our debt is with Happy Hockatate savings and loan. After all, yes. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess. So, ha! That's an interesting way to look at it. Intriguing. So based on how he's making it sound like even from a loan perspective, we're good time-wise. But from my understanding, if you don't make substantial progress for like large amounts of time, the messages you start getting are not filled with happiness, so to speak. Yeah, Emergence Cave. There are 2 other caves in that area, which I vaguely recall one of them. I don't recall the other one very much at all, though. Just recall it's at the bottom of one of the others, and roughly where that one is located. Awakening Woods, or wood, just in general. Got a red bulb orb. Wake up, punk. Looks like you missed. Not the smartest fellow either. Red bulb orb. Oculus Cagiamai? Rhesus. Grub dog family. That's kind of what I expected with the small bulb orb, but apparently it's not the same. This large organism has the familiar mandibles and cranium morphology of the grub dog family, as well as the characteristic bulging eyes. As with most grub dogs, the creature's cranium comprises half of its total length and girth. showing a scarlet abdomen with white spots. This creature is primarily nocturnal, choosing to prey upon smaller creatures, returning to their nests. Yeah, returning to their nests. Originally classified as the spotty bulborb. Further research has reclassified this species as the red bulborb. Species of varied color have recently been discovered, but academics are divided into two rival camps over how to handle their classification. Snow bulborb. It's interesting how this one's just straight up a snow bulborb, while this one's a dwarf red bulborb. Not a dwarf snow bulborb or something like that. Snow bulborbs, Pancerus pendocilis, Frostilus, breadbug family, another one that's from the breadbug family instead. Like the dwarf red bulborb, the snow bulborb is a member of the breadbug family that sneaks to survive through imitating the appearance and behavior of a bulborb. Its pale colorization and blue spots make for easy identification. In particular, this organism mimics the hairy bulborb, but it is of course unable to grow hair that gives the hairy bulborb its name. However, the hairy bulborb has been known to lose its hair in certain circumstances. The snow bulborb is an efficient mimic that is often mistaken for a member of the same species. Interesting that he's mentioned a entity that we've not encountered yet, the hairy bulborb. We haven't encountered it, nor have we seen it yet in this game. Violet candy pop bud. Flora pensius punisis. Candy pop family. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in subterranean regions. Concerning the micro ecologies. This plant has been found in. One could surmise that it could be found in any cavern, regardless of geographical region. Tossing Pikmin into this flower results in the release of purple Pikmin seeds, regardless of the color of Pikmin tossed in. Also something we have yet to actually test in this file yet, so it's kind of odd how we already know that. This variety of candy pop contains robust odoriferous oils. Odoriferous oils. If candy pop flowers could be cultivated, there is no doubt that the planet would offer multifaceted benefits to the cosmetic, medical, and tourist industries. Multifaceted. Really? He's saying that they look nice, but then also for medical, already contemplating other uses for it. Interesting. There's also this. It's all Olmar so far. Interesting. This fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protects it from frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. P.S. The labyrinthian underground entrails of this planet are like a completely different world. It eerily resembles the president's head. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure, I can't help but want to take a drink. The area where we recently touched down is blanketed with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I named it the Valley of Repose. Using Pikmin to remove obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas to explore where I found this hunk of metal. Okay. That's weird. It didn't work properly. Perhaps I accidentally pressed B at the same time, but wasn't trying to. Accidents, I suppose. The purple Pikmin were somehow able to carry this massive treasure. Today, we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. It seems that they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with an astonishing thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave I first encountered them in by naming it Emergence Cave. And that is all the data we have on... That's the wrong way to... Hopefully that is not a common mistake I make, where I can't get out of our database area. Well then, let's go to the Awakening Wood. Day 3. So to any who did watch me play through Pikmin 1, it feels odd to say that because I know the video isn't uploaded as I'm doing this right now, but by the time this one's uploaded, the others will definitely be uploaded. Alright. But to any of you who did watch my Pikmin 1 playthrough, this area might look a bit familiar, because it is also the Garden of Hope. But it's been a while. Things aren't the same. Things are rather different, actually, it seems. But it is the general same location from what I'm aware of. Some things are just too similar, after all, structurally, geographically, but some things are different. Good morning. It should please you to know the purple Pikmin are lodged safely in my hall. In the confines of my interior system, the confines of my interior system seem to suit them perfectly, though they do occasionally tickle me. Stand in the ring of light below me and press A to call the purple Pikmin out. I guess it's somewhat fitting considering how they, I guess in some ways, depending on how you look at it, are kind of like native to caves. Kind of. So it kind of makes sense how they might like the inside of the ship. But the onion is a ship in its own right too, so it's a bit odd. How would you take out all of them? And I guess we should just pull out as many red ones as we can. I mean, while we're on the surface, we ain't getting any more purple Pikmin, that's for sure. Actually, you stay here. Okay. Is Olmar gonna mention how you recognize this place? Louis, has Olmar instructed you on the particularities of the Pikmin creatures? Another reminder, you can stop now. And Louis is not even the one who's doing anything right now. He's just standing by, as you would almost should expect of him, yes. The Pikmin form groups based on color when disbanded with C. Grabbing Pikmin with A will also cause them to group by color. Now, for the bonus lesson. First press and hold A, pick up a Pikmin. Yes. Then, while you are holding A, press B to swap between the different colored Pikmin. From what I recall, I'm not sure if it's just me, but I feel like this is not actually an instruction that was ever told in the original GameCube Pikmin games. I can't say the same for the first Pikmin game, because I don't remember if it was any different in Pikmin 1. But in Pikmin 2, I definitely don't remember it ever telling me this. This is like, to me, it feels almost like an Easter egg, even though it's something I'm pretty familiar with by this point. I don't remember the game ever telling me this, though, in all the time I was playing when I was younger. It was something I just found out while playing. This is the first time you've heard of this. Olimar, remember to properly train new employees. Come on now, that shouldn't be so necessary with how well he's been, how good he's been keeping track of all that. Very easy. Now, if my memory is correct, this is simply too easy. Game over for you. I kept throwing Pikmin because I was unsure if it was really going to kill him with just the 10, but as you can see, yeah, the purple Pikmin are not to be messed with. They seriously are not to be messed with. They will mangle the crap out of pretty much any... Ooh. Another new entity has hit the field. Drink up! In this game, they should all be able to abuse one single jelly and become flower Pikmin near enough. The Pikmin that drank the yellow nectar instantly matured into flower Pikmin. It appears to have enhanced motor skills. What a wondrous nectar. How intriguing. Like plants, Pikmin mature from leaf to bud to flower. Captain Olimar, you must share the information you have with your subordinate Louis. As you can see, from like, I'm assuming it was more like 2 bits of nectar, I was able to, well, enhance a large amount of my Pikmin. Should be enough to take care of my position here. Oh, he's gone. Okay, that's easily enough to be able to... Oh, no. To enhance the entirety of my army, we already have 100. And from this picture alone, you can see the blue onion way over there. Interestingly enough, in this one, it's not the yellow Pikmin that's found here. This time it's the blue Pikmin. And the area which we find them in used to have, like, used to just be a area of ground where you'd fight what would appear to be a rather intimidating opponent. So why is the blue onion over there now? My. It also looks dimmer over there. And that bit over there with the fence, like, not the sparking thing up top, like the fence in the water, I think there was water there before, but there wasn't a wall there before, like in Pikmin 1. Olimar, we have a problem. The onion has ceased ejecting seeds. Is it malfunctioning? Interesting. It is. It now seems the number of life forms within the onion has increased. Didn't you note that no more than 100 Pikmin will venture into the planet, or onto the planet at once? But I currently observe only 95 on the surface. Could there be wild Pikmin somewhere? Yes, it is correct. It's not something I remembered until you mentioned it, though. Like, about the wild Pikmin roaming. Nice! Another fruit. Sunseed berry. An interesting name for a strawberry. As for what a strawberry has to do with straws is beyond me. But I don't really see it having much to do with the sun directly either. Interesting. %10 of debt recovered. What? Wait, already? Wait, did I misunderstand how much we just gotten back? Oh, wow. I guess we already have, huh? I'll have 3 at that. You get that. There's enough nectar to the point where I don't really have to care. And there we go. Now we're ready for war. As you can see, the purple Pikmin are now falling behind. We must hurry. Conveniently, not much of the day has gone by yet. You see these? These are good. Oh, shoot! That actually startled me to see that happen, almost as much as it seemingly startled the Pikmin. I did not remember that that could happen. I did not remember these entities at all until I saw, well, until I had a moment to analyze what I was looking at. Yes! Gather it. Astonishing, this red berry contains an ultra-spicy essence. It doesn't appear to have any monetary value, but I shall research potential uses for it. Bring me another specimen. That's actually really odd. Something like that should have monetary value. perhaps it would not be able to remain in good enough condition. If it is, perhaps it won't be able to remain in good enough condition to be able to be transported all the way back to Honkatoo. Because if it contains an ultra spicy substance, could you not use it for seasoning? Okay, here it comes. 10 samples, huh? And now we got this. You see this? Oh yes. Captain Omar, my research on the red berry you discovered has yielded a powerful potion. Behold the ultra spicy spray. Although it is interesting, although it is untested, I believe it will have spectacular results. Spray it on all your Pikmin by pressing 2. When necessary, I can provide 1 bottle of spray from 10 berries. Press plus to contact me and confirm your berry count by pressing left on the D-pad. I shouldn't need to do that to confirm that, because I can just see it there. A new opponent, one who would actually be kind of resistant to the offense of... One that is kind of resistant to the offense of a purple Pikmin's brutality. Yeah, cannot be thrown high enough for that. A new opponent awaits. You see this thing? Look at that. It just blinked. Oh. Back up. Dang it. Not getting any of them. Hopefully it didn't get any of the purple Pikmin. Oh, so it did manage to leave some of them. Huh. I guess shaking them off can do that. What if you're also one? I guess not. Oh, shoot. So we do have to still get them in that order, though. I won't be able to do that unless we can get purple Pikmin. Then we go this way. Look at that! Oh, that's ominous looking, ain't it? So we lost 5 Pikmin to that plant monster. Just hoping none of them were purple Pikmin. I probably won't need to harvest any more of the extra spicy sprig right now. Though admittedly doing so would be valuable considering there's still time in the day. Fortunately, this stuff can be farmed very well. Look at the 2. Oh wow, it's already back. I do not remember them returning that quickly. Okay, I'll get 3 then. I would have gotten 3 if the other one was back, but it's not, so we're going into that hole thing. It might be back as I go by it now, but... a hole has presented itself. Bizarre biological sensors are reacting violently. The readings are ominous. A beast of unknown power lurks in these depths. A large Pikmin group would be reassuring. If he's talking about what I think he might be talking about, I don't think there's one of those down here. So then what is he referring to? I don't remember. He's probably talking about like an almost, I guess, boss-like entity. But I don't remember any of that being in this hole. We shall find out, I suppose. It'll be reassuring. My sensors are picking up hostile roars of many beasts. Expect dangerous encounters. Sensors are also showing extreme heat pockets. You may need flame-resistant Pikmin. But my records indicate no such data. Are my records incomplete? Your records are errorful. Yeah. You should be checking my records, not yours, as if you've already explored this planet. Omar has already explored it. Part of it. Enough to know that there are flame-resistant Pikmin. You stated it as though you already knew they existed. As if you were confident that there was such. But then you're like, but I have no such data. It's like, well, great, did you just make it up? It's like, man, if only pigs had, like, laser guns. Well, or more like if I just suddenly said, if only we had some pigs with laser guns. It makes it sound like that's just a thing somewhere. Not to my knowledge, anyway. Even if there were pigs with laser guns, that doesn't necessarily mean they can use it. But it would still be fascinating nonetheless. Imagine if there were, even if they couldn't use it. They just have them. That'd be weird. But interesting. Very interesting. It'd be interesting to find out why they have it, or how, for that matter. Here we go! What's so dangerous at the bottom of this? It doesn't say how deep it is yet. That's interesting. I think that's not a detail that I had taken into account or had noticed yet. It doesn't say how deep the hole is until you've explored it, it seems. Hole of Beasts. That's interesting. That's what they've chose to call this one. And as you can see, one of the threat bubbles is showing a threat. There's fire in here. Treasures 0 that I've acquired anyway, and Pikmin they're entering, well, yeah, that's how many. So here we go. Hole of Beasts, sublevel 1. Interesting, I don't remember the first floor of this hole being like this either. Perhaps I have my memory of what the hole looks like to be just incorrect. Okay, let's double check on something. Did I lose some of the precious purple Pikmin? No, I did not, fortunately. Oh, whoops. Okay. Not all the map data is right there because we haven't gone everywhere. I could bring both parties, but out of extra caution for the purple Pikmin, I would probably leave them there. That being said, they have great stopping power on the notion that is they can stop pretty much anything abruptly by just landing on them. Dead. Unfortunately, when I'm in these holes, I can feel like I can almost take my time in here. And realistically, that's, I guess, one of the things that is very much correct. I can just take my time in here if I choose to. Are there any formidable opponents in here? Oh, there's some offensive ones. Get them. Eliminate them with all the speed you can manage. See, in Pikmin 1, if I had done that, the Pikmin that got, like, grabbed, would have died, from my understanding. Hey, a treasure! Looks like it's a D-pad, but as to why it looks like it's made of metal is, a bit beyond me. I don't know if that's all that's on this floor. What I do know is that I think that's all that can be acquired on this floor right now. But I know of the possibility that there might be something else here. I wonder if it'll make the sound even if there is something else to be acquired here, just because I can't get it yet. Stone of Glory. Oh, that's an amusing name for this. Oh, it is making a sound. When I come back here in the future, I'll have to carefully pay attention to the notion of if there is anything else that can be acquired on this floor. That will allow me to tell whether or not it's just... Yeah, that will allow me to tell if it's just because it can tell that I can't get it yet. I'm trying to think if there's anything in Pikmin 1 I can use as an example for what I'm talking about. I don't think so. Well, sooner or later I'll encounter what I'm, I guess, talking about. Just trying not to mention it yet because we haven't encountered it yet. For anyone watching who has not witnessed Pikmin 2 yet, or doesn't know much about Pikmin 2, I don't want to spoil things about it. Oh, take this! Oh! Wait a minute, this hole has... Why do I get the feeling these never come back? I don't remember this hole having these. That's how much I don't remember them coming back. Given where I am in the game right now, I'm very confident that this hole has something, but I was not aware it would have these. Which is very nice, actually, for me that it has these. Oh, shoot. There was nectar. I don't have to be concerned. Kaboom! I'm trying to recall what happens if you throw a Pikmin. I think you basically just waste the nature of how they flower already. Okay. So, the way we want to do this is we go over here, disband the group of Pikmin, grab both captains, start plucking. The captain that's not being controlled does it less efficiently from what I've noticed. Now, carefully get them into a group, and then swarm one nectar blob. I have 2 tries, just in case. There we go. First try. That's all of them. There's actually a little trick in this game with certain of these nectar blobs. But it's not for right now. I haven't been given an opportunity. I should double check. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So long as the number gauges don't start glitching out on me like how they were in Pikmin 1, should be safe. I think I'm going to have significantly less casualties in my playthrough of Pikmin 2 than I did in Pikmin 1. But it's a lot easier to avoid casualties in this game than it was in Pikmin 1. Or more like it was a lot easier to have casualties in like in the first game than it is in this one, just in general. Oh, so we can kill them in this one. Okay, kill them. Kill them all. Why do I feel like they can't all have that happen? I'm actually surprised to see that because I don't remember that being a thing for Pikmin 2 specifically. Treasure! Different music for carrying certain things, like treasures. Interesting. Oh shoot, that's right, Omar's not immune to that. I just walked right into it. Nice! I don't know much about this item. Strife monolith. I think I know enough to say that I don't think it has anything to do with what they're insinuating it does. Strife monolith. I think it's in relation to a type of game. Like a type of board game, this item. But I don't know enough about the board game to state that completely accurately. What is this? We can carry it. I'm curious about something. Yeah, no, that didn't really make any faster. It may have made it slightly slower, actually. I don't really have to go over there with Omar. Oh, I should keep an ear out for that sound. Hey! I can't read what this game cartridge is supposed to be. Nor do I recognize it at all, really. The way the lettering is put made me think Donkey Kong, but the game, the art for it doesn't at all make me think of Donkey Kong, really. Cosmic Archive. I suppose, oh, sort of not bad. Is there a sign to get out of here? We got 62. We got 33. Yeah, that's accurate. I think. Yeah. Here we go. Though you very much can leave Pikmin on floors from my understanding. And they're just lost. Full of beasts. Sub-level 4. Is this place really not at all what I'm thinking it is? Maybe it isn't. But that raises some questions for me. Game over. Hey, we found something. We got a console. Okay, nothing abnormal, just regular nectar. That sound, was that the sound effect that I got everything before I picked it up? That's all. Dream Architect. That's a very interesting name as well for this. Nice. I'm confused. Was that the sound? Like, did the sound happen? But no, there's an item right there. There's another purple flower. I don't remember that at all. Get as many purple Pikmin as we can. There it goes. I wonder what they'll call this. A luck wafer. The ace of spades. I think that's what this would be. That is the spades, yes. My only notion as to why I think that is because it makes me think of the head of a shovel, sort of. And there's the sound. No, so before it was just a sound that sounded a bit similar to it. Let's go. We've got everyone. It made the sound again, even though there might be something on one of these floors. Is this really the hole, like the right hole? Or am I just thinking of a different one? Now that's something, like, with how many holes there are in the game to explore, there's no guarantee that I'll be able to remember them all very accurately. Plus, last time I played through this game was a long time ago. Okay, well, with what I just saw ahead of us, there is something... Final floor. So this is not the hole at all that I thought it was. That's what that tells me. Oh, and we've got enough purple Pikmin to actually make that bag go down, so the hole must be over there. There's a floor diagram of what we're about to encounter. I think we are better off fighting it from over here. Where they got flung, and at the point that they got flung, it was unavoidable. Well, this fight was very easy. That being said, I had the insight to know that going behind it would be better. However... Oh? Is it... It's not like a treasure detector, is it? I don't remember that very much. How bizarre. This device emits black light. It must have been ingested by that creature somehow. What an absolutely repulsive life form. Our return to Hockatate can't come soon enough. I think that life form was single-handedly bigger than any other entity we encountered, in total mass anyway, than anything we encountered in Pikmin 1. 15 for the head of that. Huh. prototype detector. Why do I not recall this item? Like, I feel like I should, or like there was something, but I don't remember it very well at all. This contraption seems to react when it approaches treasure. I will connect it to my radar. Processing complete. The treasure gauge is now fully operational. Yeah, I feel like I do partially remember it. I remember there being a type of entity that makes this thing go haywire, actually. Ugh. What was that entity? It will now appear on your monitor. The needle will move right when you approach treasure. Yeah, there it is. It looks familiar. That sound is very nostalgic. So, these... I guess that's kind of messed up if these splat marks are what I think they are. That thing is like a queen bulborb, I think. Or queen bulblacks? Bulborb, bulblacks. It spawns babies to fight you. I didn't let it do so, though. And I think it very much can kill its own children. Which I think must be what these splat marks are, actually. How terrible. Yes, in that regards, truly a repulsive life form indeed. If I'd stayed at the front, then perhaps it would have actually started to spawn allies. Or minions, I guess, with it, in terms of how I would have treated them. Our first death. Dang it. I might hit that, like, might clear our debt faster than I was anticipating. Save! We've been going for 2 hours and 7 minutes now. So once we return to sort of orbit, or the main map, I guess then I'll stop. Just to start another video. Whoa. 20% of debt recovered. Everyone! We're not done yet! Yeah, I figured that the treasure reactor wouldn't be able to see anything here. It's interesting we can see the blue onion like that on the map. Hole of Beasts. We can't go over there yet, because that wall is guarded by an ominous red mist. We should be able to get past here, and potentially past that. There should be a hole somewhere over here. If we can get in that before we ascend, then I'll actually stop before I ascend. Get him! Yeah, I think in Pikmin, like the first Pikmin, there's like one entity in the entire game that has a physic like what we just saw. You heard how one of the Pikmin got, like, hit by that thing's attack? That's like... I guess in the first Pikmin game, whenever that happens, the Pikmin in question is usually dead already. Like, there's no hope for them now. This must have been the hole that I was thinking of. Astonishing. My metal detectors are reacting violently. What could be down below? The area that I was thinking of that we would be entering when we went to the other hole is probably what it's reacting to. Yes. If you find trouble below, press plus to contact me. Right on the radar screen. The exploration pod will drop its loot and make room to carry you, Louie, and the Pikmin to safety. That's interesting. I was like, what would happen to the Pikmin though? It wouldn't be able to carry the Pikmin. It turns out it would. Which I guess if it's got enough room to carry all the treasure, it does make sense it would have enough room to carry all the Pikmin too. Which is kind of absurd, but that's pretty convenient. Alright then, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pause. And I'm going to stop the video and then start another one then. Because we've made it to this hole before, well, before returning to orbit. White Flower Garden. It's interesting how that's named that before. Well, I guess it's fitting given what this hole has, but yeah. Most of the name is almost a faint giveaway that there's something of that nature within. So then, as usual, it's been me, Fuzz. And you'll see me again next time for the next session of Pikmin 2. And or any other videos in the future, that is. But yeah, bye for now.